Hi guys, this is Quasar again, back after, well, like more than 2 weeks, being sick and just generally tired. But I'm back, and after much ado, I've finally gotten into the game, and we'll be playing Empire versus Dignitas today in the raid called D2L League. And let me unpause here. And here we go. Both teams faring pretty strongly. After all of the team switch-ups with Navi, it's turned out that Funnick left Empire for Navi, and in return Empire has picked up Vigas, originally from M5. Hasn't played for a while, but he is now playing for Empire. However, he will not be in this game. Instead, they'll have a stand-in. I'm going to call him Opa. But the rest of the teams are here. We have Fog, Tides of Time. We have Owie. This is Way Too Sexy. Universe is here. This is Go Black. Then we have Opa. This is Blow Your Brain. And then we have SS and Scandal. So Banat the Visage here. Interesting hero that really Dignitas was the pioneer of starting the Visage strat. Very strong in a tri-lane situation. And Dignitas Banat the Bad Rider. Empire, their usual strategy involves really strong tri-lane that can just dominate and get Blow Your Brain some farm, while their solo laner gets a nice solo situation, or a 1v1 situation, so he can get a lot of farm too. And then the mid can help either have the solo, or give the solo some space to farm with a gank there, or help out the tri-lane by coming in from behind. And the tri-lane is almost always aggressive tri-lane. Dignitas, we've seen a lot of weird things from them, namely the newer things like Warlock and Spectre. They usually run dual lanes, they run the dual lane, and then they'll run, like, I've seen them run a jungle actually a lot, and their main thing is to get Owie his farm, because he usually plays a really heavy farming hero like the PL that they just banned, Empire just banned, or he'll something like the Lone Druid. I've seen him play Lifestealer before, Alchemist, heroes that can really farm for a long time and just become an unstoppable force in late game and just completely destroy everyone. But we'll see if Empire can put some pressure on him and shut down his farming, and we'll see if he'll be able to outplay whoever their long laner is going to be. I believe they've switched Scandal into that role, but we'll see what role Oppo wants to play. With Vigas being gone for this game, Vigas usually plays mid, and he's pretty good. I saw him play very well a Queen of Pain on mid, and so we'll see how good Oppa is, and whether he'll be going mid. Spending a really long time on these bans, but I feel the bans from Empire are pretty strong. Dignitas really likes to play Visage, which is interesting because I haven't really seen Visage being played other than with Dignitas, and of course PL is just ungodly strong. I hate PL. He's just too... His forced late game is just too much. You basically have to counter him. Like, you really have to counter him hard, otherwise you're going to be destroyed late game. So Empire pick up the Wisp, really a hero that suits their playing style. Wisp, the hero that loves to surprise gank with the relocate, and we'll see what they'll go for to combo up with that. The classic pick is the CK, however you can also do something like a tiny, you could do something like a life stealer. It's usually a tanky carry that they tend to go for, or a carry with some lockdown. You could do like a Sven or something. But we'll see what they go for there. Usually the CK happens to be the preferred one because when you relocate in, obviously it has a little bit of time before you get there, and you don't want to have them run away, so you can reality rift to get over to them, and that's done. Yeah, they'll pick up the CK. And Dignitas picking up the Keep It Light, really just stupidly strong hero, because he can do so many things. And the Darkseer, also very strong, but I feel a lot more balanced than Keeper of the Light is. So Dignitas has a lot of turtle at this point, with the ion shells and the wall, and even the vacuum, as well as that big illuminate, while Empire has a lot of gank potential here with the Wisp CK combo, and also with Gyrocopter through the Rocket Barrage, as well as the Call Down, and even the Homing Missile, I guess you could say, has a little bit of gank potential in there. So, we'll see how this ends up working out. I feel like Empire will want to go for the tri-lane here. They'll just need one more support, because they don't usually run the Gyrocopter as a support, as we've seen some other teams do. I usually see their Gyrocopter being run on a mid-roll. Lifesteal being picked up by Dignitas. Aoi he could pick that up, or they could have a harder carry for him. Nakes can carry reasonably well, but he does fall off a bit in the much later part of the game when he can't hit people because he'll be kited and slowed so much after his rage is over through something like the Sheepstick or the Yules, or just so many abilities. And if he can't hit people, he dies because he's not actually that tanky. He's just very good at staying full health through his very large amount of lifesteal. We'll see Dignitas banning mid-heroes in the Puck, which has recently become a very popular mid-hero, and the Queen of Pain. Empire will ban strong teamfight heroes in the Magnus and the Undying, which is interesting because I think Empire would have maybe wanted to pick up the Undying for themselves. I mean, obviously they won't because they banned it and they have the first pick in this next phase here. But it's interesting. Go Black usually likes to play the Undying, and especially in a tri-lane. And with Wisp and CK as part of the tri-lane now, their tri-lane would be very weak. Wisp doesn't really contribute very much, and Chaos Knight doesn't have very much mana early on, so I feel like Undying could give them that edge that they needed by using the Decay as well as the Tombstone. And you could even say Soul Rip helps a bit too. They'll ban the Silencer. Another interesting thing, because they have liked to run the Silencer as well. Then again, that was when Scandal played mid. Well, I've seen Blow Your Brain run that a bit, but he'll be picking up the CK. I've seen them run it as a support too, so it's interesting they're not picking him up. They ban out the Bane, which is another thing that Empire really likes to run, and they may have been thinking about picking up that Bane, in which case they'd be knocked off here. Oh, but they'll pick up the Warlock. That's good. Warlock's quickly becoming a very popular support, coming out of nowhere from actually Dignitas, making him popular as actually a mid. We've seen Warlock being played mid a lot, but he can actually go support here. So this mid lane becomes interesting because you could have a Gyrocopter mid, and he can semi-carry very well. He has pretty good gank potential in the early mid game, but you could also put Warlock on the mid lane and have him get that chaotic offering really fast, and then that'll set up their nice team fight potential that they'll have very early in the game. Dignitas will pick up the Windrunner, and I believe that'll probably be their offlane hero. We'll see how that ends up. Dignitas still needs a mid hero, and Empire, it depends what they go for here. I think they'll just need their offlane hero right here. Yeah, they'll pick up the Bounty Hunter. I think he's always been, personally, a reasonably strong offlane hero, because even if you do get picked off while you're invisible, that means that, one, they're spending sentry wards on you, so the gold part of what they're gaining, of what the supports in that lane are gaining from killing you, is, if not negated, then mostly offset. And then, of course, you can bring the gold that you've lost in the beginning way up through track kills, which helps your team out a ton. So you can actually be reasonably far behind in experience and, like, maybe trading not perfectly on fights and still be way ahead, because track is just such a good ability. I mean, look at it right here. An extra 150 gold for allies and 250 gold for yourself for each track kill. That's really good if you add that up, and with a 5-second cooldown you can have that on basically anyone. And that's not even mentioning the speed bonus, 20%. That means that you can really kill people very quickly and kite around people like the Lifestealer. So I think that's a really strong pickup. Dignitas will pick up the Lina as their last one, and they have a reasonably strong lineup, I would say. They have a good bit of long-range initiation, because they have the Keeper as well as the Windrunner. Let's go over the teams here. We'll have Go Black, or sorry, yeah, we'll have Go Black playing the Gyrocopter. We'll have Blow Your Brain playing the Chaos Knight. We'll have Opa playing Warlock, Scandal playing the Bounty Hunter, and we'll have, there we go, stop moving, we'll have SS playing Wisp. Good luck, have fun's come out, and we'll see Dignitas going down into the Radiant Jungle. We'll have Owie on the Lifestealer. Universe will be playing Darkseer. We'll have Tides of Time on Keeper of the Light. Fog will be on Windrunner. And last but not least, we'll have Way Too Sexy on the Lina. Looks like we could have a fight here. We'll see Go Black hiding in the trees back here, and Blow Your Brain moving a little bit out, but I don't think that they saw each other. They'll plant a ward right here to block this pole camp here, and that'll be it. They do see each other here because of the Wisp tether, but that'll be it. Actually, let me turn up my volume here. I believe I turned my volume very far down. Yeah. Let's move that up, and let's move the game volume up too. That should be better. Sorry about that.
The battle begins.
See what's going on here. Just some posturing for the top rune, which won't spawn. Tides will get it on the bot area. Now we'll see how the lanes shape up here. It's looking like we might have a tri-line here on bot. So they are going to do what I was thinking. The CK, the Gyro, and the Wisp down here. Actually against an aggressive tri-line here from Dignitas with the Lifestealer, the Lina, and the Keeper of the Light. Keeper of the Light's really going to ensure that Lina will be able to spam out the Light Strike Array as well as the Dragon Slave. Meanwhile, on top lane, we'll have Scandal going up against Universe on the Darkseer. In mid lane, we'll have Warlock going against Windrunner. Doing a lot of damage too. Fogged as well. Actually, oh no. Try to salve through that. Looks like Fatal Bonds is enough. Does too little damage per second to cancel out the salve. Oh, sorry, I thought I opened up the last hits here. Here we go. Of course, it's not even 2 minutes in the game, so it won't matter, but want to make sure that we have that ready. Just a little bit of harassment, not to blow your brain, but he'll be fine. What's he going to be building here? Ah, nothing yet. See a couple of tower hits being taken by Darkseer. Looks like he'll be building the expected Soul Ring. Banyan is starting off with a poor man's, just to make sure that he takes a bit less harass from the creeps when he comes off of the Invis to try to get a last hit.
Double damage!
I'll just be sitting back here, and they'll let Owie farm. It's interesting, I feel like Gyro could maybe fight them. Let's see. What does he have? Yeah, he has the homing missile. I feel like they could go in here. They'll have Rocket Barrage, and they'll have hopefully the stun from the homing missile, and then they should have a tether stun, as well as the Chaos Bolt. So I feel like they could do this. Maybe wait for one more level of Chaos Bolt. Top lane, bit of Ion Shell harass going on to Scandal, but they'll come out evenly from that. And still, not really much action here. CK coming a bit ahead of the Lifestealer in the last two exchanges. As for harassment, Owie can more than deal his damage because of the Feast just doing lots of damage to tanky heroes. Speaking of which, now that I think about it, the CK is actually going to have a tough time. Oh, look at top lane here. Going to have Scandal almost dead, and he's dead from the Ion Shell. I guess he didn't have, or no, he did have Invis. Did he guess? Huh, interesting. That'll be going to Darkseer, that'll be great for him, in addition to being tied with Warlock for the most last hits right now. A little bit of harass on the Dignitas. And actually they'll be able to pick up tides for this. Rocket Barrage, making sure that they get that one, but CK will get the last hit on that. That'll be great for him. Fog moving through the jungle here. Looks like he's bottle crying a bit. That's good for him. Warlock has his bottle. He has enough money for it, but not buying it as of yet. Opa. Now, I'm not sure how this matchup works, since I haven't really seen it before. I'm not really sure who would win, but Opa definitely winning this lane here, making sure that Fogged has to stay really far back. Well, not really far back, but he has to stay careful because he's rarely ever full health due to the what is it? Shadow Word. As well as the Fatal Bonds, obviously. Doing a little bit of harass as well. Yeah, he'll Fatal Bonds onto the Windrunner, and she'll have to back up. Just too much damage. And the Courier being used means that can't Bottle Crow all the time. Darkseer getting a little bit ahead on last hits here, even over the Warlock at mid. He should have something coming out for him on the Courier here. Looks like he'll have Phase Boots as well as Clarity. Interesting build here. I would think he would want Arcane. But it's definitely going to help his damage. Nothing much for Owie yet. He does have boots though, just in case they need to get away quickly. They'll have Fogged here, ready to go, just in case. Universe is going to force Scandal to stay a little bit back. They'll actually pick up... Oh! Close here. They may still be able to pick up Fogged here. CK doesn't have enough mana. They pop the Chaotic Offering though, and that'll pick it up. The Golem getting the last hit on that. That'll be great for Warlock. He's getting a lot of farm here. Scandal staying invis, making sure that they watch them. There's actually a sentry ward right here, and they'll spot him out. He's most likely dead for this. Yep, the Illuminate will be the last of him. Keeper of the Light getting the final kill there. Meanwhile, Universe noticing that... That's where the health bar's all the way over there. Universe noticing that the Bounty Hunters in there will push the top lane. This top tower's going to die right here. Let's see if he gets the last hit. No! Guess this wrong way. Just gotta wait a little bit more. CK getting the drum, and that should be flying out on the courier as soon as it gets back to base. Oh, a little bit poor here. Let's see if Warlock can get this last hit here. He's gonna try. Oh! Actually, the Catapult picked that up. Unfortunately, it looks like he might die for staying here just a little bit too long, as they did have TP support from Owie, as well as Lena just walking over there. Actually, they'll have to back out here, as they realized they were taking too long on trying to get this one, and the Wisp managed to come in. Scandal here, sitting invis, ready just in case something's going to happen here. Owie will rage to block a little bit of the Shadow Word damage, and they'll walk away. Scandal's just going to pop a track, and that will be the end of that one. Darkseer doing really well on last hits here. Already got the Soul Ring up, as well as 1,600 gold. If he wants to go for the fast mech, he's going to have it pretty damn quickly. What's Warlock going to go for here? Yep, he'll almost have the mech. Roughly 500 away from that one.
Dire's bottom tower is
CK doing pretty well too. He has the drum, and he'll be going for treads. Almost got that. Just a little bit of... not really ganks, I would say. More just farming and getting towers and regular lane pickoffs. Nothing particularly action-y happening here in the first 9 minutes of the game. Let's check experience here. Basically even here. Only 250 advantage for Dignitas. Gold, basically like 75 advantage, so really nothing. Opa here. He may have the phase boots for... could be for dropping that Chaotic Offering in a better place, because you can see here the Warlock is pretty slow here, only has 350 move speed, so with the extra bonus from phase boots, he'll have a better chance at positioning himself perfectly to get off the hopeful 5-man Chaotic Offering, which does, how long is the stun on that? Yeah, 1 second. That's pretty good. And then the, because it has a large AoE, I mean. And then the Golem does some burn damage all around him, so you get a little bit more damage. And then, of course, he can sort of swat at people. That's what his tactic animation looks like. I have the homing missile here. Going on to Darkseer. I think he should be able to get away from this. No. He casted the Surge, but it was too late for that. Now actually able to pick him up off. They'll be able to pick him up for this. Rock Barrage making sure that happens. They'll pop the Chaotic Offering and the Call Down. Darkseer bought back, And they'll actually be able to pick up the Windrunner here. Darkseer pops the wall to make sure that, oh, they are going to go through it. Aoi popped Rage, and he's now inside of the Darkseer so that he can use the Surge to get over here. Should be able to pop out and get the kill. Good job of him. Shadow Word going on to Lina. She's going to die for this. Thank you, Golem. Opa's got to run the hell away from here. He's going to try to juke it out so he can get a TP. But that little stutter coming back means he won't get caught. They're not going to find him. They'll just assume that he TP'd out already. Meanwhile, Wisp and Fogged here down on the bot lane. Taking a lot of harass here, but he will live at the end of the day. Got his wand and building towards an urn. Windrunner almost has her face boots. Does he have the mech? Yes, he does. Good job for Opa. Playing a pretty good stand in Warlock today. Darkseer is still sitting at the top of the last hit board by a fair margin. Looks like Empire's just posturing around for something here. They may be looking at this mid tower. Got 3 for it. CK with the haste rune, that'll be great for him. Haste rune on a CK, kind of watch out for that because he can just do a lot of up in your face stunning. And he'll be going the standard 4-4 build because your phantasms really don't do very much early game because you don't have very much damage or health. And 125 mana for Chaos Knight is something that you really don't want to be spending. He only has 468 here. And that's with the drums.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's just really not something you want to spend. You want to be able to pop your combo here. And he can pop it twice with the amount of mana he has. Scandal's looking for something. He really wants something. Oh, they pop the Sentry Ward, and they're going to see him immediately. Wisp pops in with the CK, and Lina got the great stun off. They'll be able to pick her off, but CK is going to drop along with Wisp as well as Bounty Hunter. Warlock's just going to TP away immediately. He doesn't want to be a part of this. Go Black's going to try to run away. Illuminate misses. He'll pop the Rocket Barrage, but one more hit should be able to do it. Oh! Manages to take the wand through that. Open Wounds will pick him off. Ends up being a 4-for-1 trade. Really not a good gank. It would have been good, except for the fact that they managed to pop the sentry down and spot the bounty hunter right as the gank was starting to happen. So he got scared and was immediately picked off right as the Wisp and CK were TPing in, which was exactly not what they wanted. Literally, if the sentry ward had been placed about 2 seconds later, that fight could have gone very differently because they wouldn't have seen the bounty hunter until there were like 2 or 3 other heroes there, and they wouldn't have been able to focus him down immediately. Could have gotten track kills. Not sure if the Windrunner or the Lina kill was a track kill. I didn't actually see that. Darkseer making sure he farms up. He's got the mech, and he's got 700 gold. Looks like CK will be building probably for a BKB. I'll help him a lot against Illuminate and the Open Wounds, as well as the Shackle. And even, I would say even definitely the wall, when they pop the wall. And the Laguna Blade actually could really hurt him a lot. Just managed to do the rest of the pick off on him. Bounty Hunter just sitting on Tranquils. That's perfectly fine. He'll look to get a nice damage item up next. Usually, you want to go for that Desolator. Really helps you out a lot, and it builds very nicely with the 2 Mithril Hammers being reasonably cheap. I'll push the bot tower here. Looks like we'll have Coddle TPing in to the tier 2. I realize that their As I say that, their creeps are running out, and we have 3 heroes now here for Dignitas.
Dire's
4
bottom
even,
tower
with
is
the
under
recall.
attack.
And Go Black's got a problem here. They'll be pushed back.
Radiant's middle tower
They're going to pop the offering. Open wounds on Go Black. Call down coming down. The wall right in the middle. Tide's sitting on the side. Very hectic fight going on here. They'll run through the wall, but it's too late. Not enough damage. And they manage to pick up the Coddle, Lina, and the Darkseer. And going on the back foot here, Owie, just one more hit needed on him. But, oh, the Shuriken Toss manages to pick it up. Long range on that one. That'll end up being a 4-for-1 trade. Now going the other way. Scandal wants this. He popped the track down. And he does have... He's really thinking about it. CK apparently picked up Invis Rune. Wow, that's perfect timing for that. They'll pop the Chaos Bolt and pick them up. Aha! Like I was saying about the Laguna Blade. That's unfortunate. Lina, being there at the right time, manages to make that a 1-for-1. They'll pick up the tower here. Lina waiting for the deny. Oh, didn't get that. Warlock, I did not notice on the other side. Manages to get the last hit. TP on the Wisp was cancelled, but unfortunately Universe not able to pick him up. He could have maybe done it with the Surge, but he didn't want to for fear that someone would come in here at the tier 2 and then he would be at a severe disadvantage. We'll switch to net worth here. Warlock leading the way with that tower last hit. Very well for him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And then we have Darkseer and CK. Actually, the gold is relatively evenly distributed.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
miss on
attack.
top. They managed to pick up the Darkseer. Interesting. However, it looks like they're going to trade the bot tower for it. Of TP coming in from the CK. Illuminate and open wounds on him after power shot misses. We're gonna have another TP coming in. The Wisp is now here. And they can maybe go on this. They have support coming in from behind, but it's too late. Dignitas has already backed out. They will save the tower for now, though.
Tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, mid lane tower being pressured a little bit by creeps. Vogged will pick up the regen. And they still want this tower. They're still going to stay here. They have a sentry ward right here for in case Scandal wants to try to play with them. Mithril Hammer up for Chaos Knight. Already popped all the drum charges. He's getting close to that BKB. Roughly 1100 gold away from that. They're in the trees and they want to go in. Reality Rift onto Universe. The Golem will be popped and they're getting close. Oh, great wall right in the middle of the fight. They'll manage to pick up Universe with the Golem swat. Meanwhile, on the other side, they manage to pick up Lina. Go Black looking close to dead here. And they'll pick up Owie with the last of that. Triple kill for Opa. The Golem fighting his very best. Fog will manage to TP out. Ends up being a 4-0 trade. Gyrocopter living on very low life. We'll see if they want to try to make a pickup off of this. No, they'll just push up the, Oh, are they thinking about it? They are thinking about it. They do have the Golem to tank a bit of the damage. Unfortunately, the back door, basically negating most of the damage that they're doing here. Yeah, and it heals completely back up to full. Not sure that was a good idea. Scandal might die for this. He is being healed by the Shadow Word. Vacuum onto him. And he will not leave. Windrunner picking that up. Now Bounty Hunter also picks up drums as well as a Vlad's. Double drums, so we'll see Chaos Knight maybe sell that eventually. Looks like they're going to go for Rosh here. They feel like they can do it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Owie tanking the damage. Dishing out his own. getting close to having his armlet. Now they have all 5 in here. They did D-ward this, so Empire's not going to know about it. It'll be good for them, and as you can see, Dignitas not really doing much around the map, so there's not really going to be a trade for this. They smoke immediately. We'll see where they go. They want to go down here. This is going to be terrible if they spot Go Black. No, they went the other way! Too bad, they could have gotten an easy kill right there. But, unfortunately, that's not the way they went. They'll just do a little bit of dewarding, and that's a wasted smoke, unfortunately for them. Did they pick up the tower in the meantime? Yeah, good job for them. CK managing to get the last hit on that tower. And actually, Empire doing a bit better, at least gold-wise. Check the XP graph here, 22 minutes in. 5,000 advantage for the Radiant, with their little bit of advantage on kills. Expect that to move a little bit back with the Roshan. And actually 7.5k gold advantage. That's really good for them. Warlock did get that triple kill, and he's been getting a couple of tower last hits, as well as just generally farming well in the mid lane at the early stages of the game. So he's doing pretty well. Let's actually see what he has here. He'll be going for the Aghanims quickly. He's already got 2 components of that. They'll pick up Owie almost immediately. Wow. They pop the Golem, and they'll actually be able to get Lina on this, and they want more. Okay, Reality Rift is ready, and they'll Chaos Bolt this. Oh, good Shackle, meaning that Fog may actually live here. It's going to be close. They'll just back up. Pick off the nice and easy Tier 2 right here. And that's just 2 more kills. Unfortunately, the Lifestealer just... He can't do that well in these teamfights because he doesn't have a lot of health, and they can burst him down very quickly. Even with the Rage, they can burst him down very quickly. I believe the Chaotic Offering stun goes through his Rage, so that's 1 of his 6 seconds of Magic Immunity gone. And then they can just output a lot of damage, kite him for a couple of seconds, and then kill him off. Although, actually in that fight, they did catch him out at the beginning, so he couldn't even pop Rage. He just died immediately. Dignitas is wanting this mid tower in exchange. They'll get the nice Shackle on Scandal there, and they should be able to pick this up. Empire doesn't look like they want to fight it. They'll pop the Fortify, actually. They'll go on to Fogged here. Lots of damage on him. The call down goes down, but the wall is also here. The Universe, low life, pops the Aegis, and Owie will die. Universe comes back up, and he should be dead. 4 seconds stun there, and they call the GG. 24 minutes in, just realizing that they can't deal with the CK, already with the BKB, and now with the Armlet. There was just too much damage, and too quickly for the Lifestealer to handle. You saw that a lot of times he didn't even pop the Rage. He was just popped immediately. And if not, they definitely have the damage just through physical to, if not kill him, at least bring him to low enough life so that he doesn't want to keep fighting for a couple of seconds. Then when the Rage is off, they can just immediately nuke him down. That'll be the end of this game 1, best of 3 series though. Final score being 23-11 here. And we'll just wait for the end screen here. Pretty good game for Empire, and the stand-in Opa showing that he's definitely reasonable stand-in here. Nice replacement, or obviously temporary replacement for Vigas here. And that'll be the end of that game. Let's just check some interesting things here. Warlock 619. Good job for him. 433 XP and 432 gold. Close to the top. even with the CK carry being only slightly higher on the gold and actually lower on the XP. 7-3-12 on him. And as you can see here, way too sexy on the Lena, being 1-6-6, not very good. And most of these here, as you can see, just not doing very well. Darkseer did manage to get farm, but it really just didn't end up helping. They just didn't have enough tank ability and crowd control to deal with the lineup from Empire. That's it for this game. This is best of 3. I'll be going into the next game in a moment, but I'll cut off the recording here, and I'll put the links down in the bottom in the comment section, so you can go there for the next game, or if you want to skip to the third game, you can do that. I'll always put in something for the third game, as long as I remember to do that. So even if there isn't a third game, I'll make sure that there's a no spoiler alert by reposting something from one of the other games to make a fake video, so that you don't know if it's a ends up being 2 games or 3 games. Anyways, thank you for watching. Comment and subscribe, and watch the next game. This is Quasar Dota, and goodbye.